Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video. Well, yes, it has been a very hot minute since I've made an in-depth video, but I am back finally. Thank you so much to everybody for being patient with me. I know that I have uploaded videos on my phone here and there, but they have not been what I am doing currently, which is my in-depth videos. Now, normally when it comes to the next coming BT pairs, I usually record with my good friend Kaiden, but you know, with him being busy and on, and now with my schedule being like all sorts of crazy, it's kind of hard for us to put our schedules together. So because of that, I'm just gonna be focusing on doing everything myself in this video and treating the next pair of BT units as if it was a normal in-depth video. So but hopefully in the future we can go back to our usual Who Should You BT Plus series and whatnot that we have been doing. But yeah, in this video we're going to be covering Rinoa, Shantotto, Edward, and Deuce. All of these characters are going to be getting reworks and whatnot. Rinoa is going to be getting her FR and her BT, and Shantotto, she's going to be getting a rework, so nothing too crazy there. She already has a BT plus, so there's really not too much to talk about with her. But regardless, we're going to be talking about and letting you guys know whether or not it is worth pulling for any of these four characters in the upcoming banners. So do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be, whether you're going to be pulling for them, skipping them, or if you're going to be pulling for a character in the future instead of pulling for any of these four. Do let me know down in the comment section below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll first start off with Rinoa, with her skill 1, which now deals 4 HP dumps with a 50% brave recovery in between HP attacks and party HP heals. Her skill 2 gains 2 uses and increases brave by 300% of initial brave. Her LD deals 6 HP dumps with 20% brave recovery in between HP attacks and now deals 4 HP damage. Her pet's warmth buff adds a 40% attack up, a 20% party magic attack up, and stolen max brave overflow up except to herself, a 20% party gained max brave overflow up, 30% party brave damage up, and a 20% party HP damage up. Now, whenever Angelo Recover is active, the party gains a 20% brave damage up totaling 50% and a 10% party HP damage up totaling 30%. Now whenever Angel Wing is active, Rinoa gains a 50% brave damage up, self total 80%, and a 30% HP damage up, self total 50%. Now her Brave Attack plus Angel Wing deals 5 HP dumps. Her HP Attack plus Angel Wing deals 4 HP dumps with a 50% Brave Recovery in between HP attacks and deals 50% splash damage. Now with a C90, her EX Angel Wing Meteor deals 6 HP dumps that recovers 50% Brave in between HP attacks and allows for 200% stolen max Brave overflow. Her EX attack, Angel Wing Meteor Angelo, which of course you need the Angelo buff to be active, extends her EX buff to 12 turns and also deals the 6 HP dumps, or pretty much what I said previously. Her Seething Power buff adds a 20% initial brave, now totaling 70%, adds a brave regen by 100% of initial brave, now totaling 200%, and adds a 20% brave gains up. Her C65 got extended to 6 turns and adds a 15% attack up totaling 30%, a 40% initial brave up totaling 60%, and a 30% brave damage cap up. Now with her FR with Yuna as a partner, Rinoa's FR consumes 30% of the party's current HP, then deals a 5-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 4 times. That deals splits HP damage. Now while the FR is active, it provides the party with a 20% HP damage up. Now her FR conditions are as follows. You increase it by 20% whenever you are using a magic ability. You increase it by 20% whenever a party member is buffed with a special effect. You increase it by 20% whenever the team teammate except for Rinoa has less than 100% of the HP at the end of turn, and you increase it by 40% whenever Rinoa has less than 100% of her HP at the end of turn. Now, with her BT, it grants her the Angel Wing buff for 3 turns. It turns into a 8-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that deals 4 HP damage and grants 6 uses of Ultima or Ultima Angel Wing. Her BT effect lasts for 8 turns. Now, her BT effect provides the following: an HP regen by 10% of max HP, a 30% HP damage resist up, a 50% party attack up, a party brave regen by 200% of initial brave, a 30% party HP damage up, a 20% HP damage cap up, and a 50% party brave damage cap up. Now, her Ultima attack deals 7 HP dumps that recovers 20% brave in between HP attacks, deals split HP damage, and allows for 200% stolen max brave overflow, and it does consume 1 use. Now, her Ultima Angel Wing consumes 20% of the current HP and deals 9 HP dumps that recovers 50% brave in between HP attacks, deals split HP damage, and allows for 200% stolen max brave overflow, and it also consumes 1 use. Now, Shantotto's rework to her skill 1 deals 3 HP dumps with brave potency increase and recovers 20% brave in between HP attacks. Her skill 2 deals 2 HP dumps with brave potency increase, and while Accursed Gaze is active on target, it triggers twice. Her LD deals 5 HP dumps with brave potency increase, recovers 20% brave in between HP attacks, and extends the Ruin's Curse to 2 turns. Now, with a C90, her EX Divine Malison deals 3 HP dumps with an increase in brave potency, allows for 180% stolen max brave overflow, and extends the Divine Malison debuff to 6 turns. Her EX Rage Divine Malison, when attacking the target with the Accursed Gaze debuff active, triggers twice. Her C65 got extended to 6 turns and adds a 20% brave damage up and a 40% brave damage cap up. Now, with Edward, his rework gains 2 uses. It increases party brave gain to 60% of max brave. It deals 3 HP dumps that recovers 50% brave in between HP attacks. His skill 2, Hide, increases party brave gain to 60% of max brave. When using Return, it deals 6 HP dumps with a brave potency increase and deals 20% splash damage. It recovers 50% brave in between HP attacks and 30% brave after the last HP attack. Now, the Omen of Courage buff adds a 20% party except self attack and max brave up, HP regen by 30% of max brave, and upgrades the HP attack command to HP attack hide. Now, HP attack hide deals 3 HP dumps that recovers 50% brave in between HP attacks. It allows for 120% stolen max brave overflow and deals 50% splash damage and increases the party's brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt. The Awakening Courage buff adds a 20% party attack up and max brave up. Now, his LD gains 1 use. It now allows for 180% gained max brave overflow and triggers an AoE magic HP attack 5 times. It extends the sleep debuff to 6 turns. Now, with his C90, his EX increases party brave by 30% of max brave, then deals an AoE HP attack 4 times with an increase in brave potency, recovers 20% brave in between HP attacks, and allows for 180% stolen max brave overflow. His C65 increases party brave gain to 40% of max brave, allows for 120% gained max brave overflow. His C65 lasts for 5 turns and grants the party with a 10% gained max brave overflow up and brave gains up. Now, with Deuce, her rework to her skill 1 gains 3 uses. It party HP heals by 30% of max HP, extends active buffs by 1 turn, has instant turn rate, and doesn't increase the turn count. Her skill 2 gains 4 uses. It deals the following based on the number of stacks on her note buff. So 1 note will deal 2 HP dumps, 2 notes will deal 3 HP dumps, and 3 notes will deal 4 HP dumps. Now all of them do deal 50% splash damage and recovers 20% brave in between HP attacks. The brave potency increases the more notes that you have. Her LD gains 1 use. Her overhead now provides her with a 60% attack up. Her LD deals 5 HP dumps with a brave potency increase. Now her overhead adds the following for the party: a 20% attack up, now totaling 40%, a 10% stolen and gained max brave overflow up, now totaling 30%. Now, whenever you are dealing magic brave damage, it increases the brave damage by 10%, now totaling 40%. A 10% party HP damage up, now totaling 20%. And a 20% brave gains up, which is something new that they added to her overhead. And then with her C90, her EX deals 5 HP dumps with a brave potency increase, and increases the brave recovery by 50% after each HP attack. Her Fortissimo, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, buff adds a party 20% brave damage up, and when dealing magic brave damage increases the brave damage by 20%. And then finally her C65 got extended to 7 turns. It adds a 30% attack up and a 20% party brave damage cap up. So we're first gonna start off with talking about Deuce and Edward and letting you guys know if they are worth chasing for. So with Deuce, I do feel like Deuce is a little bit underrated. And the only reason why I say that is because I know a lot of players in the community have pretty much made a meme out of her, and I feel like I do still feel like some players still do. But I honestly think Deuce is not too bad of a character. She does get overlooked though, like she really does, because like if you want to like compare her to other support characters, I mean like it's pretty obvious that players are probably going to be choosing other support characters over Deuce. So Deuce is pretty much like an option for you if you are in need of like a support character, if you want to add more party ores to your team and whatnot. You know, it's just like something to look at with Deuce. But like Deuce, she does have good party ores. She can now heal with her skill 1, which is great. She is an FR charger. She does provide very good brake battery with her skills. And when it comes to her party ores, I mean, they are more so for the offensive support, for physical, and especially for magic damage dealers. Because remember, when it comes to Deuce, if you are using magic abilities, you are going to gain additional brave damage up for your skills, or at least for those for your magic DPS units. So I mean, like Deuce is definitely an option for those who are maybe considering or are in need of a support character, or just like another option for a support character. If you don't have a kit or anything like that, then she's an option. But like she may not be like the overall like top tier option, like let's say like compared to like let's say Ramza, Garnet, you know, etc. But like she's definitely there in case you are in need of a support character like herself. Now with Edward though, Edward, he does provide some brave battery. I don't think it's gonna be anything too crazy, but like it's something, right? Like he is able to provide something. That sleep debuff can actually be very useful. So that sleep debuff makes it so that the enemy cannot act at all. The thing with that sleep debuff is that if you do attack the enemy with that debuff inflicted, it actually goes down by 1. So you have to make sure that if you wanted to take advantage and not let the enemy act, that you need to play your cards right and make sure that you use Edward, or at least his LD ability, at a very good time, so that way you will not be decreasing the amount as quickly as you would not want to, you know. So that's one thing to consider when using Edward. He does have self-evasion. He does have a 100% evasion within one of his buffs. He does have some party ores, but those party ores are not really the best. Like when it comes to like if I had to choose between Deuce and Edward for party ores, I would definitely choose Deuce. But when it comes to Edward, his party ores it's not the best, and yeah, I would definitely not be relying on him when it comes to that. And Honestly, like when it comes to Edward though, like I feel like he is more useful as an LD call ability, so that way you can take advantage of the sleep debuff when you know for sure when you need to use that sleep debuff. Then I think it's more so best to use him as an LD call ability rather than having him on the team. I do feel like he's not really all that like spectacular to actually have him on the team. So I would say like between both of them, Deuce again, like if you're needing a support character, she's an option for you. And then for Edward, honestly, you really will, at least for me in my experiences, you would probably be using him more so as a call ability. Now for Rinoa and Shantotto, Rinoa, I mean, she becomes an insane AoE damage dealer with that BT granting her the Ultima Angel Wings ability. Just makes her extremely destructive. Like really, if you were to pair Rinoa with some very good Brave Gain support character, like let's say like Charlotta, then yeah, you can definitely expect some very high damage numbers when going into the BT phase with her BT effect active and having access to that new skill, which you know is granted from her BT effect and whatnot. Then yeah, Rinoa can definitely become an insane damage dealer, which is one of the reasons why a lot of players are going to be pulling for her, just because of the fact that she is here to deal some freaking damage. Now when it comes to her FR conditions are not hard to me, especially if you're going into the BT phase with her and you have her FR active. Then just being able to not only deal magic or selecting a magic ability, because remember her LD changes her abilities over to magic, and then with her using, if you're going to be using her Ultima move, then she's going to be consuming everybody's HP. So guess what? I mean, like, you pretty much going to be meeting practically all of her FR conditions, so that's not going to be too much of an issue there. The one thing that I will say though is that you definitely don't want to take Rinoa into those fights where you know for sure that the enemy is going to be HP happy and trying to knock you out as quickly as possible. Like, yeah, you can take advantage of that with Rinoa, since one of her conditions is that her HP needs to be under 100%, or just like any of your teammates as well need to be that way as well, like that. But you know, you got to make sure that whenever you are picking your teams for those type of fights, that you need to make sure that you have some way to mitigate some damage, at least for Rinoa especially, so that way she will not get knocked out before you jump into like the BT phase or whatever plan it is that you have for a set fight. So that's one thing to remember about that, which is why I put on there that she is a bit of a double-edged sword, is because of that reason. Now, the other thing about her is that she actually does have some pretty good party auras, which I can definitely appreciate. I mean, her party auras are pretty solid, and they come via her buffs and whatnot. So, aside from her being a damage dealer, she has her ways of being supportive as well. So, there's an option for using Rinoa in a different way, aside from, you know, just taking advantage of her AoE nuke that she actually gains. And again, Brave gains are definitely going to be her best friend. So, like, anybody who provides some pretty good party Brave gains will definitely help out Rinoa in terms of the damage that she can actually dish out. So like Rinoa, you know, you definitely you have a bit of a double-edged sword character, but at the same time though, like it's like a risk and reward type of thing, kind of, but not really. But like, you know, you're getting supportive type capabilities from her, you're getting some insane damage dealing capabilities from her now. So like, you cannot go wrong with actually picking up Rinoa, especially if you're needing a character that is able to deal AoE damage. Then like Rinoa is definitely a pretty solid option if you are not going to have any type of issues with the fact that she is able to consume the party's HP whenever she uses Ultima, or just like in general for herself whenever she uses her abilities. But like overall, she's a fantastic character, definitely worth chasing for. Now when it comes to Shantotto, of course, I mean, like many players, like I'm not too crazy of a fan of her or her kit in general, but like she, you know, she does get some pretty good upgrades, which, you know, I do still feel like she can actually be somewhat viable, somewhat. So with her LD, the Ruin's Curse debuff, which I am a pretty big fan of, and I did use that debuff or her LD ability a very good amount in the past, but her Ruin's Curse debuff now gets extended to 2 turns, which is great. So that debuff basically makes it so that the enemy cannot act, and it has a self-defense, not a self, but a defense down built into it as well, and it's a pretty potent one as well. So you know, it's like you get 2 pros out of that debuff, which is nice. Of course, the con being that the debuff is very short, but like for obvious reasons, I mean, like it's a pretty strong debuff. Now she does become a stronger elemental damage dealer, which is great because they gave her more HP dumps with her kit, which is what she needed. Aside from that, you do have to keep up with her buffs and debuffs. Now, when I say buffs, I'm mostly talking about her overhead, because her overhead makes it so that way you have access to the Rage Bio and the Rage Arrow. So you pretty much have like instant access to that. So you gotta make sure that you keep up with that and make sure that you do not let that fall off, even though there are ways to work around it. So that way you don't have to worry about that too much. When it comes to her debuffs, that occurs was a gaze debuff. Make sure that you do not let that fall off of the enemy. One of the, I guess you could say, one of the like the small cons about that is going to be that if the enemy loves the clans or just does not allow any type of debuffs on them or being inflicted onto them, then it's gonna hurt Shantotto a little bit in terms of damage. Now, she can hit for weakness damage. She does have a debuff where she is able to imperil, and since Shantotto does have different elements within her kit, it'll help her in dealing weakness damage, which in turn will equal higher HP damage output. And then finally, her BT, it does provide a party-wide Dark Enchant. Now, her BT effect, I believe, lasts for 6 turns, which is okay at best, but the thing is though, like with Shantotto, she does have high turn rate with her kit, so that is going to hurt her a little bit, especially if you're going to be relying on a Dark Enchant or that party-wide Dark Enchant. Then that's something to actually think about whenever you are putting a team together. Like, you may either have to work around Shantotto or like pair her up with characters where like a little bit much they are a little bit faster than Shantotto, but like overall she's an okay character. I do feel like they could probably do a little bit more. Like, I feel like if she didn't have the high turn rate, then she would be a little bit more of a stronger character, in my opinion. So but other than that though, I'm gonna say that for the upcoming banners though, for sure Rinoa is definitely going to be the prize for many players, and I think with that being said, I think that's pretty much it. I think I pretty much just covered everything in terms of the characters. Again, thank you so much for being patient while I have been gone for the little bit of time with the move and everything like that, and some personal stuff that I have been dealing with as of late. But other than that though, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will catch you guys in the next one.